Hello, my name is Haley Ogles, and I did competency-based learning. Competency-based learning allows a student to advance their education based on their ability to master the coursework material. Competency-based learning is set up for the benefit of the student. It allows the student to go at their own pace and not the professor's or a certain deadline. Instead of being in the class all semester, competency-based learning allows the student to hold the time frame of the class in their hands. It could take the student as long as a semester, or the student could master out of the class and move on to another in a shorter time frame. To master out of the class that you're in a shorter time frame, the student must review the coursework and study the materials and pass the assessments to receive credit and move on to the next class in their degree. I think that there are multiple benefits to competency-based learning. One of the benefits is it allows the student to set their own pace in their learning journey. Being in college, working full time, and some of us having families, following a strict timeline and schedule is sometimes a very big obstacle. So this learning environment allows the student to control their pace and time frames, and is overall just a more relaxed learning environment in that way. I think that this also could, you could turn that around and say, well, with it being relaxed in that way, some people may not be as driven to get the work done or move forward. So this may not be an option for them. So I think you really have to know yourself and what kind of student you are before you just jump into competency-based learning versus being in a classroom setting or in a semester-long environment. Another benefit is if the student is not understanding the material, they have time to go back, review, study the information until they do understand. Instead of in a semester environment, you'd be, forced to move on to the next module or lesson. Whereas, and you would be, you could potentially be lost. It doesn't give you the option to try to take your time before you have to move on to something else to make sure that you get the topic that you're on. The University of Wisconsin is actually where I obtained most of my information on this topic. They do have the option on their website for competency-based learning. I think that we're going to find that more colleges are, if they don't already have this, I think that they soon will. I think that it just makes sense in a college-type setting. And honestly, I think that many people will find that it's better for them than normal semester or in-person classes. I think that competency-based learning is a smart, effective way for students to get their degree. A lot of times finding a class in the correct time slots or trying to make the deadlines for assignments being due is difficult. This eliminates that issue and could bring more students in potentially. I think that it also cuts down on the years that someone has to attend to get their degree. It can allow you to take more time. Overall, I don't think that I think the positives outweigh the negatives on competency-based learning, and I think that it's a very good idea.